All right, so I'm not the biggest fan of Hallmark movies. Um, Granted, I'm not their target audience. So if you don't know what a Hallmark movie is, it's pretty much a movie that uh, it's marketed more to like middle-aged women that feel that they have made the wrong decision about where they're at in life, and they may have had a love interest in the past that they may have uh, chosen to not go with, and it kind of lets them live vicariously through these plots that show what may have happened. Typically, it's going to be Christmas themed, so you see the mistletoe promise here, a Christmas to remember, angels that fall, Christmas. Yeah. So it's not really me that they're marketed to, but I wanna kind of make a video on this for a bit. All right. So give me a second here. This is an example of what typically happens in a Hallmark movie. I don't even know what this one is. I just typed in Hallmark movie and this came up. So listen to this.
You were just gonna leave without saying anything? You're just gonna take off for Thailand, build houses for all of those elephants without even saying goodbye to me after everything that we talked about? What is it with you, Adam? You can't keep running away. I mean, what are you running from? Yourself? What do you think you're gonna find? What do you want me to say? Don't go? Well then fine, I will say it. Don't go! You were just
Yeah. So hope that kind of shed some light. There's another one that also.
Do I think it's a good idea to quit your 7-figure job and move to a small town to open up a bakery? No! You're gonna break up with your boyfriend of 5 years because your high school sweetheart shovels your grandma's driveway in the...
Oh yeah. So typically, there's also gonna be them. So this video is from Peaked Flack. You can go ahead and follow him. He's pretty spot on with this video. So it also, there's gonna be a relationship that they're in currently. They're gonna be leaving that person that they built a life with for the person who they may have had not chosen initially to go and live this life, this dream life. That's pretty much the general premise that they build with these holiday themed movies, right? Yeah. So it gave me an idea. So I decided to go to ChatGPT, right? And I was like, so these boyfriends or husbands that get left behind. What if I was to create a story around that? What would that look like? Like the boyfriend or the husband that gets left behind in the big city while they go off to the small town to, live out this dream, right? So I went to ChatGPT. Give me a second here, and I said, the Hallmark movies, the ridiculous trope where the girl, drops everything for an old flame. Said yes. With protagonist, often a city girl with a fast-paced job, returns to her small hometown for the holidays, only to run in her old high school sweetheart. Despite her seemingly perfect life, she realizes she's unfulfilled, and a whirlwind romance ensues. Right? So yeah, it gets a general premise. So I was on TikTok, and I actually saw a video, and there was this comment from Danny Does Danger. So the comment: I desperately want a Hallmark movie where it's all about the ex-boyfriend, a previous Hallmark movie protagonist dumped as he gets his own romance movie. So this was a starting off point for me because it gave me an idea of something to work with. So I said, okay, cool. So it gave me like a breakdown of what that could look like. So a big city left behind would be the left behind in a big city. In the big city would be the title. Meet Alex, a successful, charming city professional who's blindsided when his girlfriend Sarah left him for her high school sweetheart back in her quaint hometown. Now Alex goes through the holiday a little jaded, surrounded by the hustle of the city, watching people. Sorry, I'm right by the window, so you might hear some noise here and there, but we're just gonna keep going. Alright, so you give me Act 1, Act 2. So he finds like Taylor, a quirky, driven woman who lives in the city, has no interest in abandoning her dream or her fast-paced lifestyle. Alex and her meet cute. Usually steals his cab or they get paired up for a holiday charity event and immediately clash. She's stubborn and he's sarcastic, but there's undeniable chemistry. As they spend more time together, Taylor helps Alex to discover the magic of the city he's grown numb to. They have those classic Hallmark moments like ice skating, holiday shopping, and accidentally get snowed in together. But instead of the usual country retreat, their love story is grounded in the reality of city life, late nights, and shared ambition. Resolution by the end, Alex realizes the law is meant to stay in the city, and his true love is right here all along. What the twist on the traditional ending? Alex and Taylor decide to build a life together, challenging the typical abandon the big dream for love trope, showing that love can fit into a modern, bustling lifestyle. So, alright, and yeah, so I said, okay, cool, but I also wanted to add, like, the girl that left him realizes why it never worked out with the boyfriend in the small town in the first place, and so that kind of brings like a twist ending of her trying to get him back. A little bit of drama, just to kind of bring that in a bit. She tried to reach out to Alex during the holidays, but by this time Alex has moved on and is deeply happy with Taylor. Sarah sees them together, laughing, sharing inside jokes, and truly connecting. It hits her that she left a genuinely nice person in search of something she thought she wanted. Yeah. Final scene, trying to make amends with Alex, only to realize that he found the real deal with Taylor. Yeah, and so so I get the general idea. But I decided, like, so after that, to try to get a title for the story. I said number 2 sounded okay. And then I gave me like affirmation that it was a good choice, and then I got into like what chapter 1 could look like, the scenes and everything. But then I asked for like what like the cover of it, right? And it gave me like this. But then I started like thinking, I was like, what if I took this story, right? This same premise of the Hallmark movie, but instead of going the route of, let's say, the ex-boyfriend finding, love and, going on to live his life, what if instead he went to therapy, but it didn't work and he ends up doing something totally different? So this is what I asked. What if we twisted the story into a horror, where instead of moving on, the ex decides after months of therapy to get revenge, and it's revealed that he's actually a serial killer that goes after the ex-girlfriend and the small town boyfriend. Alright, and so it gave me like what that could look like. So it said Alex, seemingly the perfect guy, charming, successful, with a future planned out. But when Sarah leaves him to rekindle her romance with her small town boyfriend, Alex's perfect life shatters after months of being ghosted, obsessive thoughts, and failed attempts to heal through therapy. He decides that forgiveness is not for him. Beneath his calm exterior lies a dark truth. Alex is a seasoned manipulator, and unbeknownst to Sarah, a serial killer who has masked his urge for years. And now he has a new plan, one that involves paying a holiday visit to Sarah and her new boyfriend. So yeah, I was thinking that could have been like a better story to tell, but then it went on to like chapter 1, but I don't think anybody wants to like see that. So that's the video. Thank you for watching, and yeah. If you want to like read other stories that I've done, you can go over to Wattpad and check out. All right, so let's go to my profile here, and you can read any one of these. Don't read beyond chapter 99. So this one is another great story here. So this one, all right. So you know the premise of where you'd have, let's say, you were trying to find a manga to read or a light novel or you know some something that has like a comment section that you're gonna be reading. You've been searching for a while, and while searching, when you finally find a story, you know those people that typically in the comment section that would tell you like not to read the story because you know it gets really bad at a certain point, or it there's something happens that maybe the plot totally derails or something like that. So this goes into something along those lines, and it's a horror story also too. So not that I'm really that interested in writing about the horror stuff, but it just turned out that way. So with this one here, so Ray is just another anonymous lurker in the comment section of manga sites until one night he is thrust into the terrifying role he never asked for, warning readers to stop at chapter 99 of the popular series Flesh and Shadow. A cryptic message warns that unless he can convince enough readers to heed his advice, he will be punished by an otherworldly force tied to the story itself, with a clicking, with a countdown ticking down, with a countdown ticking down, and a chilling creature hunt. Ray must navigate a twisted game of survival, using fear and manipulation to stop a flood of readers unaware of the horrific fate awaiting them. But as time runs out, Ray discovers the horrifying truth. In this story, the readers aren't the only ones in danger. Yeah, so that's two chapters of that. Just started two, so it was the 11th of November. Now it's the 14th as of the release of this video. So yeah, if you want to read that or one of the several others that's on the page. So there's Last Human. This one is what happened with like after the AI kind of takes over everything. Last Human on the internet, pretty much. So what would happen in that kind of scenario? There's the Vegetable Warrior. And I'm done rambling for now. You can go ahead. It's called Azari Prince Stories. Yeah, and that's it. Let me know if you want to read this whole story. Alright, that's it.